This meeting is being recorded.
Okay, it is. Welcome. Welcome back, you guys. I want to start with a meditation this morning to get us going. So hopefully that works okay for you, Kelly. But any little bit that you can connect with, the better. I have my Healy on. Do you guys know about Healy? It's energy frequency device. It's pretty cool. You'll probably hear more about these things this year too. It helps to balance your frequency and give you energy. And yeah, so I'm all fired up for you. So let's see what comes through. Go ahead and just get yourself comfy. And oh, you know what? I forgot sound. I forgot him. Hold on, I'll get us a beautiful music to go with this. And we need that, right? Let's see what this is.
Starting tomorrow, this odd rice hack can change your life and help you drop up to 13 pounds week after week. The reason.
Oh, that sounds nice. Okay. Okay, I'm going to get you guys just to settle in. Just start to take some nice, long, deep breaths. Closing your eyes if you can, and just breathing into this moment. Oh, that is a beautiful golden tree. Oh, you guys probably can't hear it, can you? Hold on, I'll share my screen with you. All right. There we go. Better. All right, sound good. If it's not okay, let me know, but we'll keep breathing into this beautiful golden tree here. And just breathing.
There's no sound, Janice.
There's still no sound?
Yeah, we've got the video, but no sound. There it is.
Okay, I just had to press play. Okay, thank you, Kelly.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Okay, so breathing in. And that's a perfect golden light. Oh. Breathing in deeply and letting go in big sighs. Bringing yourself into this moment, right here, right now. Cleansing with each breath. Cleansing your lungs and your body. And letting it go. When you've had enough long, deep breaths, come back to your normal breathing. Bring your awareness into your heart and just allowing that beautiful heart light to begin to grow. Imagine a rose gold light in your heart. Letting it grow and expand As you breathe into it, see it growing, size of a beach ball. See it growing so that it is completely surrounding you. You are in the center of this heart light frequency. Feeling the love and gratitude in this frequency, feeling the love for the littles, feeling the love for friends and family that are there for you. Feeling the love for yourself, for all that you are doing. Feeling the love for Mother Earth. As you remember all the beautiful scenes you have seen created by Mother Earth with your eyes, the beautiful sunrises, sunsets, beautiful beaches with water sparkling, beautiful mountains, trees. We are living in such a gorgeous world. And with that warmth, then love down to Mother Earth. See that beautiful heart light spark at your heart go down a column of light down into the earth, deep down, and feel yourself connecting with the fires of Mother Earth. So feel the warmth of her fire today. Feel that fire all around you. Feel it cleansing and clearing away any fears, any worries, any anxieties, just knowing that all will be well because you are grounded in the earth. You are connected to her warmth and her nurturance and her support. I want you to feel that fire come up. Feel it come up your legs into your root chakra, your belly, and your solar plexus, and bring it up into that beautiful golden rose gold light in your heart. And feel it come up from your heart. See that column of light going up and connecting to the heart of the universe, that beautiful white light, crystalline, rainbow light, immense, powerful, abundant light of the universe. And feel that light pouring down into your body. You are being illuminated between the fire of Mother Earth, your heart light, and this universal heart light. And now I want you also to connect with our sun, the beautiful golden sun, and feel it shining directly into your solar plexus, illuminating a golden sun within your solar plexus. And the sun is radiating into you and shining that light like a mirror image within you, radiating out. So keep picturing this beautiful fire from the earth, the golden sun in your solar plexus, your heart light shining brightly, and the beautiful universal heart light radiating down into you. All this light firing you up, cleansing, clearing, allowing you to feel energized, powerful in who you are. And let this light all shine within you and radiate out and expand, and allow yourself to take up that space. Expand, expand, expand. Keep going and notice any area that feels sluggish, blocked. It's time to let it go. It is time to love all of you, all parts of you, all layers of you, all past experiences, all future potential, all of you. Imagine what this would be like. Now, nothing hindering you, just you, fully you, radiating your light, allowing the light from these sources to come in without blocking it at all, allowing full radiance. And let it work through your cells. Let it work through all physical parts of you. Let it radiate through. This light can radiate through everything. Nothing blocks the radiant light. And it can dissolve doubts, distrust, anything in your mental field holding you back, anything in your emotional field of not feeling good enough, that all dissolves away. And anything in your soul levels of connecting you to the fullest, highest, wisest part of you, the most abundant, the most energized, funny, happy you. Breathe and be here just for a minute. And let yourself be lifted up, buoyant in this light. And let yourself be the cleared channel that you channel through this light, that you channel through inspiration, messages for all around you. It is time. Another deep breath, and then begin to wiggle your body around, coming back to this place, bringing all this fire and light with you. As you open your eyes and look at your screen and see that beautiful light radiating through what looks like a tree of life, a golden light, and let that just come into your third eye vision. Let it clear your vision. Let it clear you as we come back here to this space. Mm, 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 mm.
I really, really love that tree. It's like, it's so perfect, you know, and
Isn't that
you went right into the solar plexus with that one.
Oh, so much. So it's cool that that's the one that popped up for us because yeah, I didn't plan that. So nice, nice. Golden light. It's so powerful, right? Yeah. Okay. So today is a day of coming into your power, you guys. We are in a new year. We are in module 6. We are more than halfway through, and it is time to take it up a few notches here. We are ready to fully step into our light. You guys have been working, like you have been so dedicated and working through the modules, and the energy has been elevating for you. And it is truly up to us to go, okay, ready to expand, ready for more. This is it. And what we need to do, and I mean, what's happening is we're moving towards the light. We're come through that winter solstice, and now we are headed towards the light. And it is a perfect time for us to light our own fire and to say, okay, yes, I'm ready. Let's go. Let's do this, right? Let's expand to our next level. So, this module is very much about, leveling up, committing, and just saying, okay, I got this. I know what I know. I've got the wisdom within me. I've been learning and growing, and there's so much more of me now. Nobody is going to give you permission. Nobody is going to say, except me, that, hey, you're ready, let's go. So we really do have to tell ourselves that. We have to step into that believing that we are all knowing. We are growing in the wisdom, and the guidance is there, and we are supported, and it's safe for us to go to our next level. And this doesn't mean you have to do anything in the physical world. This is a complete perspective shift for you of, an inner shift within you that says, okay, enough of this feeling small, enough of this feeling like I don't know enough, because I do. You guys do. You have the background. You know this. You're already channeling. You're already mystics within you. You're already doing it. So now we get to go, okay, I believe that I'm ready. I believe that I am. And think about, this month is going to be about, okay, what's holding me back? Where are my shadows? What part of me am I hiding? Right? Because when we fully accept ourselves and love ourselves for who we are, that's when we really, really open up. Those times where you're like, I feel on top of the world, and you're like quick, and you're witty, and you're funny, and it's just flowing from you. You're like right on the ball, right? Those are the moments when you are fully aligned in your power and in your light. Those are the moments when you're like, I got this. It's okay. Nothing bad's gonna happen. We're good, right? And that's where you want to be, more so than in the moments of doubt and fear and worrying. So it's all a internal shift that we create as we move forward. And this is really the universe is stepping in and going, okay, you guys, yeah, you're not learners anymore. You got this. You're a powerful group of women, all equal, and you've got it. So let's move forward and radiate this out into the world. And just by being in that full alignment, being in that center of who you truly are, is creating shifts and changes in the world. It is happening. So the channeling message this month was very cool. I'm just going to read it because it says it all, of course, better than I can. For you to reach the highest of highs in your life, to access all the dreams in your heart, you must rise up and meet with us. It's just, I had a picture of an elevator, like it just whoosh, rise up, elevate up. This requires you to let go of any shadows you are holding onto within you. You cannot rise up fully to become all that you can become in this life by only bringing parts of you, the ones that are easy to shine. You cannot ascend to the higher levels piece by piece. You will ascend step by step as you make peace with the pieces of who you are. But if you're ready to take great leaps forward, you must learn to love yourself fully. You must accept all of you. There are parts of you that you still feel shame around. There are parts of you that you keep hidden and ignore, and these parts will continue to anchor you into the 3D world. And this is shown to you all around you. When you love all of you, you will ascend, and your world around you will be filled with all that your heart desires. There's no holding back when you become the you that you are capable of. The power is immense and is already within you. You can fully activate this power. You have no idea of the immensity of this power, but you will soon understand how the doorway has always been through you. And we are always here for you. We are your lighthouse. You are so close, beloved. We wait here to greet you when you rise into your full light. Your angels and guides. When we have parts of us that we hide because we think, oh, I can't let these ladies know this part of me because they would not accept me. They would judge me and think, oh, she's bad. When we have those parts of us, we all have those parts of us. We need to say, it's okay. I'm not that person anymore, whatever it was. That's just my journey of becoming. I am who I am. And right now, in this moment, I'm full of light and love. And who wouldn't love me? Excuse me. So when you are able to claim that part, those parts of you, you will rise up even more. You no more. It's the shame and the guilt that holds us down, right? And we judge ourselves so much when other people are not even paying attention. But we interpret things they say as, oh, she was talking about me, right? So think of the worst possible thing that you would want anyone to know and send some love into that. You were learning, you were growing. It was all part of the journey. It is all part of the human experience. You know, I've worked with women that have had addiction issues. And there's so much guilt and shame around that because of things they did during that time, right? And once you can let that go, forgive yourself and move on. Like there are some journeys that have been some pretty dark underworld experiences that when we can let that go, cut the cords, it's like, yeah, and now I am stronger, more compassionate, more empathetic. I understand other women going through that. Like whatever it is, you know, having sex with the wrong person, right? All the little lies you told to get yourself out of situations, you know, anything at all. Let's look at those and go, wait a minute, this has all been just part of the journey of becoming. When I first started my business, you know, I was trying so hard to to say the right things in the right way without offending people. Oh my gosh, we like this people being offended so easily is like really gotta go, right? It's just, it is. We're so done with it. I have to believe that if I say something that triggers you, you have a strong enough light within you that you're going to figure it out. You're going to be okay. I don't have to come back and go, I'm so sorry. I'm groveling to you because I didn't mean to. It's the intention behind it of what we say that is important, not the words we say, right? Like,
Well, do you believe that we all have a responsibility as humans to um take that into consideration and go, did they really mean that, or did I interpret that differently?
oh,
Like, I can personally recall a time where I was not well mentally and emotionally, and somebody would say something to me, and it was I took it to the nth degree, and it was like, oh, they never ever want me in their home again, ever again. And it turned out that never had anything to do with me, and it had something to do with what was going on with them. So
right.
as individuals, I believe we have our own responsibility to have a look at it and interpret it the way,
Mm.
and then we could get into the whole overthinking thing.
Right? This
But
is
this,
so
everything is politically correct, and it's scary if you want to go down that deep hole of being politically correct.
oh,
So
so much. So, and I think we've gone to the extreme in society, and we're going to come back a little bit to, you are so right. I truly, truly believe that if something triggers me, if somebody says something that offends me or triggers me, it's my responsibility to look at it and say, okay, why? And that is, here comes Jen. And that is absolutely part of our growth as consciousness, as human beings, and growing and up leveling. That's what we're doing, right? We are beginning to go, okay, wait a minute, there's some inner work I have to do here in order to clean this up, instead of blaming everybody and being the victim, right? So this is truly where we need to have forgiveness for ourselves too. Hi, Jen. She's here. If you're here, hello. Um, and that's what this module is about. It's about opening up more love for you. Hey, how are you?
I'm great. I think I forgot to change the time in my phone. So
No worries. Hello
one day
and
I'll be
welcome.
organized. One day.
Yeah, that's okay. We started at 9:30, so you have to catch the recording for the meditation, but
Perfect.
yeah. So we're talking about up leveling. We're going to our next level. And the only way we can do that is if we are full light. And to be full light means full love for ourselves and letting go of the criticism, the judgment, the blame, the shame, and looking at that stuff and going, it's like a child, when the child is learning and growing, and the first time your child ever lied to you and right away they're lying, it's like, you're not going to hold that against them for the rest of their life. It's just like, okay, learning point here. This is not how you behave, right? This is not good. And the child feels like crap within them because they know they're lying, right? So they want to ascend into new levels of being. And so it's really, really, I know what I was going to say. When I was first starting this and I was trying to be careful with everything that I said, I finally got to a point and went, oh my gosh, I cannot do this anymore. I cannot communicate in my emails and online tippy-toeing around the word mystic or spiritual or channeling. So I came out in an email and said, this is me. I channel, I collect crystals. I love anything woo-woo. Like, this is me. And I understand if you don't feel you can be here, that's okay. And but I just need to come forth and let you all know from now on, you might see a difference in how I'm talking. And I got so many messages back from people going, I collect crystals too. This is awesome. Right. And then I had two people that I knew, like that I personally knew that unsubscribed from my email, which was like, oh, but I got over it. And they actually, one of them ended up coming back, which was fine. Yeah. So through it happens. Go ahead.
One of the things we need to remember is what someone else thinks of me is none of my business. So if you think that, oh, she has blue hair, what a weirdo, she has blue hair. What's none of my business what you think? So, you know, we could walk around going, oh, look at them. They think this about me. They think this. So we have to keep reminding ourselves that that's none of my business what you think of me. And we all get trapped. I'm sure we all get stuck in that trap of, oh, they thought I did this. Well, who cares? It's none of my business what
Right.
somebody else thinks of me. So that it's a hard one to keep bringing forward and going, oh yeah, I forgot. It's none of my business. So often I'll think, oh, you know, I was kind of rude to that person, or was I? Or maybe they just thought it, and it's oh yeah, but never mind, it's none of my business. So I do that often. It's just remind myself that it's none of my business.
Oh, it's so important. And I learned that when my son was going through his addiction, and I was so worried about him, and I was so worried about what he was thinking, and that he was worried about us, and I heard that very, very strongly from a voice that said, what he's thinking is none of your business. And what he's going through is none of your business. Just take care of yourself, right? Like just stand in integrity and be. And if you're standing in integrity and you are being, and your intentions are not, you know, you're compassionate, you're empathetic, you're spreading the light, all is good. And there's going to be times when we do offend people and we don't mean to. And I'm absolutely all for, you know what? I'm so sorry that offended you. That was not my intention. I apologize. But then they own it. Like then it's theirs, right?
And rather than taking on ownership yourself is by saying, I'm sorry that offended you, and say, I'm sorry you feel that way. And that really is putting it back on them. That's kind of the way I look at it. It's like, I'm sorry I did that to offend you. But so you're taking ownership. Well, if you put it right on them as going, well, I'm sorry you feel that way. So
well, and even a stronger word is I apologize. I apologize. Right? I just finished mine, Jen. So yeah, definitely. And knowing that you're gonna screw up sometimes. You're gonna screw up. It's okay. We're human. Forgive yourself, do the right thing, stand in integrity, and move on. Stop beating ourselves up. Stop hiding the parts of us that we think other people would be, oh my God, they would just think I was a horrible person if they knew this. And stop worrying about it, because you are a beautiful, wise soul on a journey. And this journey is for you. And so in the module, and please jump in if you want to contribute like anything more here, because this is, if there's anything like, yeah, but what about this or that, let's chat it out, because that's where our strength comes from. I see Stan the man on the bed. He's wiggling around. It's like I could see movement back there. I'm like, oh yeah, it's your puppy.
Yeah, he's getting huge. He's really good. So yeah, like he's so good with the kids. It's awesome. Love him.
Awesome. Okay. So the art journal activities, the prompts in the module are all about releasing any of this heaviness, this darkness, like just, it's like your whole body could be full of light and then your left arm has some darkness in it and it's like anchoring you down. Think of it that way. We want to let go of all of that heaviness and darkness and guilt and shame and anything that is keeping us from fully rising up into being who we were meant to become fully you, right? And so I was going to say a couple things here. Yeah. And so the questions are there to guide you. You don't have to go through all of them. You can if you want. But what's coming up for your healing? Oh, so much there for us to release, right? Are there themes and patterns that come through for us, such as releasing, receiving, letting go of control, adding in more play into your life? Do you struggle to receive from other people, like because you don't feel worthy? All of that stuff, let it go. What do you need to release in order to create space for your dreams to keep growing and expanding? And your dream, like I said, it could be just to be fully you, to continually be in that beautiful center. Oh, there's one here about stepping into your wild woman. I think.
Can I share with you guys some stuff that's been going on here while you're
Please
looking
do.
for your wild woman stuff? A couple months ago, we talked about stepping out and kind of getting a little bit braver. So I went to an art show. I'm not sure if I told you guys. And then I met these two ladies, and I put myself out there. And this lady said, "Well, do you guys paint at all?" And I said, "I don't have anybody to paint with." And so one lady says, "Well, let's just start a group right now." And I was like, "Okay, I guess I put that out there in the universe." And then it came, just a minute, buddy. So we've been meeting the first Wednesday of every month. And so yesterday was our first of this year. And so it's in a little cheese factory boutique shop. And the lady that organized it for us, she has her paintings in there. So she kind of does the, what's that word that you find people to hang paintings and stuff? Anyway, she's doing, so she says to the five of us yesterday, she says, "So do you guys want to do a show in February?" And we all kind of went, "No, that's too soon." Well, by the end of our 2-hour session, we're having a show in February for the whole month of February and March. So that was pretty exciting. So I like to say, okay, careful what you wish for, because it's coming at you and it's coming at you hard. So I thought I just had to share that.
That is so exciting. That's exactly how this works, right?
Yeah. And it's like, you're talking about your wild woman, and it's like, okay, yeah, I've been hiding for 4 years here looking after these littles, and I guess it's time now.
Yep. Let her out.
Yeah. But the interesting thing is I'm gone for 2.5 weeks, so I have no time to prep. So it was like, I guess we're just going with what's in the basement here that's hanging on the walls, take it all off the walls. And
yeah,
so
for
yeah,
sure.
so that's exciting to tell you. So, and now you can go back to your wild woman.
Oh no, you are being the wild woman. The wild woman is courageous and takes those steps forward, even though they're scary.
Well, it was all of us kind of went, "Oh, that's not enough time to prep." And everyone that's there, except one lady, she says, "I only do this for relaxation." She's really, really, really good at what she does. And she does abstract, and it's really tight abstract. And it is, for her, it's relaxation. She says, "I don't have anything to show." Well, the lady that organized all this, she said, she has lots. She just she's still hiding. So yeah, we'll get her in here, into this group eventually. So
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Congratulations. I love it. You're moving forward. Yay.
Yeah.
Letting go.
Yeah.
Feels good. Feels good. Anybody else got stuff going on? I know you do.
I have an event with a friend. She does yoga therapy. We're doing it next weekend. And we, both of us have just been sharing it. We haven't promoted it much, but my husband's niece messaged me and she's like, I want to know more about this. And I'm like, oh, sure, whatever. Well, then she messages me back. I think I'm going to sign up, me and my mom and Aunt Teresa. And I was like, oh, so great. Well, then they ended up signing up. My husband's family really doesn't know what I do or who I am. So it should be really interesting for his sisters. They just think I'm like the weird girl. So we'll see.
That's so cool. Two of you coming out into the light. Jen,
So I've
go.
been like back and forth. Like even this morning, I was like, what am I doing? I shouldn't be doing this. And I'm like, no, stop it. Shut up. We are going to stand in our power. They're going to like us or not like us, but we are doing this. That's it.
Yes.
So
Funny that you bring that up.
It's over.
It's so funny that you bring that up, Micah, because I think the challenge, the theme of the year that's coming up from so many different places is living authentically. That everybody is exhausted of all the masks that we have been wearing for so many years. And how does one live authentically? And Janice, you just started the whole conversation with how like you sent out an email to say like, you know what, I'm just going to lay it out here and stay if you want and leave if you want, but this is who I am. And from a life coaching perspective, when you do that, you're subconsciously letting all of your parts know that they have a place at the table. And that is so powerful. And I just had a family constellations experience this past week. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but I don't really know enough to explain it, but I was working with a person who listened to the dilemma I was trying to unravel. And some of you know my story. I'm a survivor of domestic violence. And what I found fascinating that she said, and from a life coaching point of view, living authentically, this is relevant. She said, rage, she said like individually to rage and then to violence and to narcissistic abuse and all the different parts, I see you and you belong. And it was like, whoa, what do you mean that the violence belongs? But my central nervous system was like, yes, this happened to me and this belongs and this is okay. And it's part of who I am. And it allowed me to like surge forward in this living authentically place because those parts of me that had happened to, all of a sudden had a place to stand. And this relates even back to what you said, Kelly, about how the way other people feel is none of our business. That's 100% true. And then it relates to the Ho'oponopono prayer, which Mike, I know you have talked about too, which when we apologize to people, when we do hurt their feelings, if we put the onus 100% back on them, we're denying ourselves the wisdom that comes from the fact that there's a part of us that also was hurt by what we said. If we hurt somebody else, there's a reflection in ourselves. And so the Ho'oponopono, I love you, I'm sorry, thank you, I forgive you. That is also tied right in here with this, that these parts we get to speak to. Estaban peleando. Perdón. Gracias por separarlos. Sorry.
And she switched to Spanish.
I know. I'm sorry. My dogs were just getting in a fight, I guess. Anyway, so the point that I was trying to make was, as we apologize, like hurt people, when they hear something like, I'm sorry you felt that way, that is dismissive of their feelings. And they're going to get defensive in that apology. And then ultimately we are causing more harm, even though that may not be our intention. So apologizing is super complicated. And and I don't mean to go off on a whole podcast episode about this by any means, but it's just interesting because in a way to forgive ourselves and to invite all of our parts and give them a place at the table, we have to also show that grace to other people as we apologize for how we are playing in the playground with them. So there's that.
That's an interesting perspective. Yeah. It's probably very validating too. Like it's true. It would be dismissive, but I do also still feel like, yeah, maybe it's just the way you say it. I apologize that my words offended you.
Right. Well, and so
Rather
there is a way that we're developing into that I think we need to feel our way into, of giving them the responsibility back for their feelings, because their feelings and their reactions are their feelings and their reactions. But also recognizing that in connection is so important, and it's also so complex that if we just say, I'm sorry, the way you said at the end, Janice, like that says, that places no limiting parameters on that apology. Once you follow up, I'm sorry, with that you felt that way, or that landed on you that way, or something else, you are placing responsibility for their feelings back on them, but almost in that dismissive way. And I don't think there's do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I actually just did a video on this that I haven't posted yet because I was
interesting.
like holding on to it, because I truly feel that if my intention was not to cut you down or hurt you, I get to explain where I'm coming from. Right?
Yes.
So I apologize. My words offended you. Here's where I'm coming from. Let me explain this a little bit more, because then we are bridging, right? We're bridging to the other person to say, I'm not dismissing your feelings, but here you need to hear a little bit more from me so that I can reach out and you can reach out and we can maybe come to an understanding, right? So I feel like there's so many people that say, you have to apologize without saying but. And I'm like, I don't always agree with that.
I don't either.
Right?
The difference, however, is there's some thought leaders who literally are specifying like how we apologize. We either say like, oh, I'm really sorry, because you are sorry that affected them that way, period. Or in other situations, you're going to have the opportunity to say, oh, I'm so sorry that my words just caused you harm that way. Let's talk about it and let me explain a little bit more, et cetera, et cetera. Like there's room for both. In our busy life, we often say something like, you know, I'm sorry you feel that way. And then that kind of causes harm to that person because they don't understand. Their perspective is that they were caused harm by you, period. Right? So then they're going to walk away even more wounded by our apology than they were originally by whatever harmed them. So unless we can bridge all the way to a greater understanding, there's like there's a need for a simple, heartfelt apology that does not accept responsibility or place blame on the other person. I think that's what I'm trying to get at. This is something that it's been coming at me from tons of different sides, including the human design. There's a whole gate that talks about how we radiate to other people in essentially apology. And it's complicated because once you get feelings up on both sides, feelings are feelings. They're not right or wrong. So even if they react poorly to something that we say, they're still having a feeling that is justified and valid and deserves to be recognized. And that's the part that we don't know how to do. We haven't really this is new, right? That we get to recognize like the real definition of do no harm.
It is complicated, isn't it?
It is.
It
is.
Yeah.
One thing my husband and I, and we've done it for a couple of years now, because we have like such different communication or perception is if it's something that we need to talk about that we either feel like we need to apologize for or we would like an apology for, it's my dog is just like hello right now, is when this was said or done, this is how I felt or this is how I perceived it, and usually the other person is like, what? No, like that is not what was intended. That's like, this is what I meant. And usually it ends up being like, oh, okay, I'm sorry for my overreaction, or okay, I see what you're saying now. Where sometimes it doesn't, the word apology or I'm sorry doesn't really need to be in there, but each person is like, oh, well, okay, this is how I perceived it. This is how I took it. But it's something that's helped us.
Well, and that's that bridging, right? You bridged out to get further information so that the connection remains strong. Because every time there's a misunderstanding, there's a chip at that connection. And ultimately, that's why many marriages fail. Like there's nothing left. That connection has been frayed to the point where it can't withstand any more damage. Micah, I was just listening to one of my friends who's a life coach, and she was on a podcast talking specifically about this whole living authentically thing. And this is how I started this whole conversation. Janice, about you with how do you send out that email? And Micah, you being able to teach this class on Saturday and have these people see you for who you really are, with the intention, as Janice says, of just being your authentic self and giving of your beautiful gifts, should feel really soothing to all of your parts, because when you're guarding yourself the way my impression is you're doing with your husband's family, since they don't know who you are and what you're all about, that's exhausting and taxing. So I really wish you a beautiful journey on Saturday. That could be really powerful for you. Yeah.
Just think of all of us standing behind you. You're not alone, right? Because that's what it feels like when you are in a room full of people that are doubters or naysayers. It's like, I feel a little outnumbered here. So we're here with you. Sorry, my watch is talking to me every time that's weird. Okay. So, the power, I actually also wanted to say, and this is probably more a discussion for next week, with the creative mystics, but I wanted to share with you guys, I had a powerful dream, past life dream, which was interesting to experience. And in the dream, there was a woman talking to me about how we can meet up in the dream time. And it was pretty cool because it was like, oh, you have to wait till you're invited, right? You have to be invited to come to the dream. In fact, they were talking about meeting up at the Tree of Life, that you actually have to be invited to come to the Tree of Life. So I invite you all to come see me in the dream time in the Tree of Life. But I did have a past life experience in my dream of living in a family of witches, that males and females, we were a family that knew how, well, I don't know if you call it witches, but we knew how to use herbs and that sort of thing. And we could communicate with each other in the dream time. We could heal people. And I had a cat that could communicate with me. It was not a black cat. It was a calico, long-haired cat, but it was pretty cool. So there was just some neat stuff that came up, and it felt very connected to all of you. So I just wanted to share that with you. We are at the end. And what a great conversation. I am going to post my video in our group and I'd love feedback. I've been hesitant to put it out there. I actually was thinking of putting it in a section on the app called Contemplations, because it was basically my contemplation on apologies, because I have been gone through the past year of some like amazing growth in that area, we'll say. Yeah, big growth. And not everybody sees it the same way. Not everybody sees apologies the same way. So it's pretty cool. So I would love your feedback on that. But I didn't find my wild woman statement, but what I was going to say was just let the wild woman out. Let her be. Don't hold back. Paint, create, and be you, fully you. And good luck going through the modules and working through it. Please reach out to me if you need anything. And I'm here. I am here. I'm here. I'm here. And Jen is so right. The energy of this year, oh my gosh, incredibly powerful, fast moving, stepping up, changes all around us. You guys are in the right place. Like being here, knowing how to access that soulful alignment is, you're going to be going there over and over and over this year. Yeah. All right. Okay. So I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, same time, for the Soulful Magnetic Entrepreneur session. There is no module with that one. If you want to bring a pen for notes, feel free, but it is just a conversation that we have. Questions, comments? Thank you so much for your sharing. Thank you so much for your collective energy. And we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
You're so welcome.